You are now listening to the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time at BringDownTheBand.com, and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, Indie CD and Vinyl, and Sun King Brewery. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
We're now tuned in to the New Old Heads podcast. I am 𝐀𝐁𝐎𝐿. I will continue to not mention my computer because Jay Diff gets upset. The crew is in the building today. My man, Lonegevity. How are you, sir?
I am doing all right. Michael, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man. I'm just loving this crispy camera work that you have. Your eyes come out and it's just good and clear, man. It's a good thing for you. It's a good look.
You can see the whites of my eyes.
Sure. We ain't gonna talk about what we did to market the show tonight, but your eyes were on that as well. But me and Jay Diff, we'll talk about that later once we get rolling. But,
yeah.
The system is in full effect for sure.
Definitely have to market the right way. Yeah.
Man, DJ Jay Diff, what's happening, man?
Salutations, man. I'm good. You do realize that every time you say that you're not going to mention your laptop, you mention your laptop.
It's with hopes to frustrate you. I don't know if that's working though.
No, it doesn't really frustrate me. It probably frustrates the listeners. Keep talking about this year-old laptop every.
Perhaps, but maybe if they were to give give feedback on it, I might make adjustments. But as for now, I'm just going to continue to mess with you. What's that in your screen? What's that in your screen, sir? It looks like some merch.
It's just a New Old Heads little mug.
Okay, you got some oil in there.
Mug.
I like it.
Okay, like that. We
got some oil in it for that oil burner you got right on the back.
Oh man, I got a different bunker location tonight. That's that one your mama put in there. Don't act like you don't know now. Come on now.
I know.
I don't know.
I peeped it.
It's that old school joint. Long, you don't know. We have a special guest that is in with us tonight. Shout out to my man Jay Moore. He is taking care of some personal business, but I think he's in the chat, so we see you, brother. We have a special guest, owner and founder of Akademiks DJ School in Broad Ripple. DJ, he's been DJing ever since I've known him, which is a long time, and he's really good at it. Man, DJ MetroGnome, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for having me on. Excited to be here.
Good to see you, brother, as always.
Yeah, it's a long time.
I was going to say salutations, but that was
please,
I don't want to step on Terry's.
You can borrow it for today.
Okay.
You can borrow.
Salutations.
Thank you, but I'm glad you cleared it because he'll definitely get emotional about that. So I'm glad you cleared it. How's everything?
Not as emotional as that laptop.
We usually get a chance to ask anyone that comes in with us on the show. It's been a while in terms of the pandemic and everything that's been going on, but how have you been doing with that, bro? I know it's a big change for us all, but how have you adjusted, man? Like how's everything going with you and just your day-to-day life, family, etc.? Hopefully everything's okay.
Man, everything is going well. I appreciate you asking. I feel like I really had kind of a bell curve experience in terms of like stress, because at the beginning I was like, oh, no big deal, we'll wait it out. And then shit started to get really real after a while and got really stressful. And then some things worked out in our favor for Akademiks. So now I feel more comfortable than I felt in a long time. I think Sean can probably attest to that.
Yeah.
But no, everything is good. I'm just waiting for lockdown part 2, which if these numbers don't clear up, might very well happen. So in the meantime, we're just going to keep it positive and keep it moving.
How is everything with in terms of the school now? Are you guys slowly starting to? I think Lone said he had for Ableton courses that had, I guess, it restarted. So are you guys starting to creep back into a semblance of a schedule, or how's that working?
Yeah. So we were in the middle of a session when we stopped last time. So basically, we essentially just had to get those students that had already enrolled, get them back involved. So that's where we're at right now. In the middle of July, I think July 20th, we start our next session. And then we have some other exciting stuff going on. Our store is growing. So if anybody needs DJ or production gear, we have that stuff. But then also Lone has kicked off some pretty cool tutorial stuff that if anybody wants Ableton instruction via the web, we have some cool options for that as well. So definitely looking forward to kick that off. So everything's been good, man. No complaints.
Good, brother. Good to hear that. It's
Yeah.
always good to hear the homies are safe and everybody's doing well. So that is definitely a good thing.
It
All right,
is.
so let's go ahead and
You still a little hot, Mike.
I'm still a little hot. All right.
Hot
Get it right.
ass.
Is that don't do that. Is that a little bit better?
Yeah. I hope.
Hey, he's a hater, man. Don't do that, man. This is not the time for black on black violence, man. Stop
That's
that,
not,
man.
that's
Knock
not
it off.
violence, sir. That good Anderson education, man. I'm glad that Sean
Oh, now you
represents
not.
Anderson pretty
Feel
well,
you.
but you on the other hand,
Man.
you are something else. Y'all must have went to different schools, huh?
Oh man, I just know violence, man. Like, you know,
That's the messed up part. We actually went to the same school all the way back to
a
elementary
long
school.
time.
So
Long time.
I know. That's
But
y'all
Sean
got
can't.
different educations, bro.
Sean can't
It's that
spot
Ball State
black on black
education.
violence as fast as I can. But that's all. He don't have an eye for it. I know it when I see it. I'm saying
This is
so.
violence,
That's all that
huh?
is.
violence.
It's cool, though.
You can
Still love
weaponize
you, man.
words.
It's all good. You can.
Yeah,
We can get started
it's
on
all
that.
good, man. All right.
Take you to task on Facebook if you say that. So be cool. All right. Let's see. Oh, start off with Mr. West. Mr. West is back in the news. Up the joint called, I think it's called oh man, I wrote what's the title called, Terry? I wrote the wrong Travis Scott's on
some
it.
blood.
Look it up because I don't want to misquote it. Wash Us in the Blood or
Wash Us in the Blood.
featuring Travis Scott, correct?
It's a new church song.
Definitely, yes. Featuring Travis Scott.
Okay. He dropped
Church
that
for the Club.
Church for the Club. He also dropped news that I think he has a deal for his apparel, a 10-year deal with Gap. He's going to, maybe start. He's going to collab with them. Who knows what it's going to be 10 years from now? Because he's got his factory that they're building for the Yeezy brand. But in terms of that actual record, I'll come to you, Jay Diff, first. What did you think about it? I got a chance to listen to it as well. But you being the resident Kanye fan, I want to come to you first.
As the resident Kanye West fan, and disclaimer, I don't co-sign all this bullshit, but still my guy. But yeah, the song was actually pretty decent to me, man. I didn't mind it at all. Travis Scott had a nice verse. Beat was nice. Video was kind of, what would you call that video? It's kind of just pieced together with a lot of like
it's pretty random.
gospel
Abstract,
singers
man.
and then like current events and
It was
a lot of cutaways.
a lot of the tension that's going on in America right now was
looked like
displayed.
it looked like Pop Smoke's album cover.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's getting heat too.
I was waiting for that
Here,
one.
I'm telling y'all have to be careful, man, because if you diss Virgil as a creative, then you hating, and then it's gonna trickle all the way down.
Virgil, if you want to keep it a buck, everybody knows he steals every damn thing he does. All he does is remake shit and then put something else on it.
West Side Gun cover for Pray for Paris. I saw people foaming at the mouth over that when I was like, all right, it's cool. Like I want to hear the album, but let's not get gassed over this artwork just because Virgil did it and took an old photo.
And
West Side Gun's chain around the dude.
Yeah, put a necklace on him and kept it moving. Album cover.
Everybody's coming for you. And the orange tag on it too for the culture. Metronome, talk to me.
Back to West though. I wasn't finished.
Go ahead. You are the resident. You got it.
It's cool. I think he's having a good little what do we call it? He's about to launch something.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, because he just dropped them foams, them croc foams came out. Y'all remember them?
Trash.
Yeah, they came out and sold out in like 4 minutes or something like that.
Wow, they must be amazing.
Nah, they're not. I mean, I don't really rock with Crocs a while, but yeah, he dropped those. He got the deal with Gap, so he brought everything back full circle because he used to work at the Gap.
Yeah.
It's always a PR
I also
angle.
worked for the Gap back in the day, so that's another reason I like
Saying about
Kanye
you, though.
West. So
Did
I
you
like Kanye,
saying about-
man.
you see they released that video for the older what video was that? Was it
What's up?
Jesus Walks or
Kid see Ghost.
Nah, there was an old video that it's the one where he's in the Gap.
Slave shit.
Spaceship,
Slave shit.
right?
Yeah,
Spaceship.
slave shit. Spaceship.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Metronome, I told you I could spot it when I see it now. I told you I could spot
No, I was referencing the lyric that he said.
Working slave
first
ships. Yeah.
it. There we go.
Yeah, that's what I
It's all
was
good, brother.
leaning towards. But yeah,
If that's what's on your mind, it's all good.
yeah,
So you good on your thoughts? I'm gonna go ahead and go to Metronome if you
yeah.
want.
You can move on now.
Nicholas, talk to me, sir. Thoughts about the Ye record if you heard it. Feel
I've
about
not heard it yet. I just got hip to it. So yeah, I mean, I've not really been particularly excited about a lot of the stuff he's done in the past couple of years. I mean, you know, that gospel record had a couple joints on it, but I mean, I wasn't really. I haven't played any of them, so
Yeah.
I guess I'll check for it tomorrow. But I don't know. I'm not really expected to be moved by a lot of the stuff he's been doing recently. And I like some of the stuff that Travis does too, you know, for the club. But I don't know. I don't know. I feel like with Kanye, you know, you know that there's always something else attached to it, and I know that's part of the game. But for me, he's just kind of run his course. So I don't take anything away from him, but I'm certainly not excited about a lot of the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's when it comes to that marketing, man, and the product placement. To your point, there's always something there. So he's a genius when it comes to that. His rollout game is high. So you know, you can't knock you for that. His rollout game is high.
Yeah, you know,
Jebediah.
whenever you see a tweet from him that something's coming.
It's brewing 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I got a
about
question about him. What do you guys think about? Obviously, you know, with all the social justice campaigns and protests and everything, you know, he was, you know, hooded up and walking through the streets. Was that really, you know, him, or was that, you know, the PR shit? Well, like, what, you know, what are your guys' thoughts on him being present at those?
I wish he'd make up his mind. That's all.
I mean, the dopest thing he did to me that he's been doing is one, shutting up, is less talking, less rants, and he donated to George Floyd's daughter. I thought that was great.
That was true.
Like,
Yeah.
For her college and stuff, like that's a great move, man. Like I was really excited about that. Like that is right there was dope. Him being out there, you know, on the front lines, you know, I can respect it, as I always say. I'm mad at that.
Was that when
part of the PR thing?
Go ahead. I was gonna say, is that when he parted the crowd, or was that another time?
No, that was at one of the
before.
concerts. But he was out there on the front lines, and I do think there's a blurred line between, you know, some of the people that are actually out there and what the intentions are. But I'm not going to even say it's neither here nor there. It could be. Who knows? But
I didn't even see any images or pictures of him.
He was
being
definitely
there. I didn't even know.
He was definitely out there. But the George Floyd donation to George Floyd's daughter, I thought was dope. Like, that's better than the song. The song is trash to me, but that right there, credit where credit is due. My man, you know, he showed love for Floyd's daughter. I like that.
Yeah.
Or trash. It's trash.
For sure.
Just it ain't hit me, man. Like, you know, got the.
I ain't gonna say it didn't. I ain't gonna say it just like hit me per se, but I mean, it's not a bad song. I think it's decent.
It's
I don't
okay.
think it's trash.
I mean, I'm not mad if you like it. That's cool.
I think the issue is that decent. You know, nowadays there's so much music that comes out. It's like if it's decent, it's out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'll listen to it again.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
personally,
it'll get a play or two because it's Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm cool.
Yeah, people will squeeze this into. People will definitely squeeze this into rotations. Doubt about it. It's the strength of, like you said, with the Travis Scott feature. That's a big feature as well. So Well,
Not really. I mean,
it's,
it's family to him.
I mean, yeah, but Travis Scott is a big deal. I'm talking about in terms of the landscape of rap. So that's a good feature, is what I'm saying. Like, it's a good feature for him to throw on there.
Mm-hmm.
So there were pictures of Dr. Dre. Snoop had a picture where he's like, we reunited, and him and Dre were at the board, and I think that was one of the sessions for Kanye. And a lot of people were online calling Snoop a hypocrite because of how hard he was going against Kanye when he was going through that foolishness. What do you guys think about that? Because Snoop was one of the people that was really out there going at his head, and it comes full circle with Dre is possibly helping him with a project. Now he's at the board. So what do you guys think about that? I'll come to you first.
I mean, I think.
Okay, so first thing I'll say is that yeah, I listened to the song. Thanks, Mike. It was okay. It's not anything that I would listen to again. I thought it was okay. I thought it was weird when Travis Scott's part came in. Didn't seem like it synced all that well. It's kind of interesting, but it was okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pass my time for the rest of it.
Jay Diff, talk to me about that.
He didn't reclaim his time. He relinquished his time.
He relinquished the quit. Talk to me.
What was the question again? I'm sorry.
That's why I passed the time.
Do that. You heard the question. Don't do that. Snoop was there was a picture of Snoop and Dre at board in the studio session. We clicked some caption. I'm paraphrasing here. We come full circle back in the studio again. Turns out that was a session for Dr. Dre and Kanye. So Twitter and social media are eating up Snoop because he was one of the people that were really going at Kanye super hard. I'm saying during the Trump phase or whatever you want to call it. I call him a hypocrite because he's in the studio, Dre working on a possible project. So how do you feel about that? Is that justified, or where do you stand on it?
I mean, I don't think he really has to explain why he's working with him. I mean, you don't know what they've hashed out behind closed doors, and that's what I think a lot of people don't realize with these artists and celebrities. They think you're supposed to know everything that's going on in their lives. Like, you don't know if he had a conversation with him right after that came out. You know what I'm saying? It's not breaking news every time they have a conversation or are seen together or things like that. So I can't really speak on that.
Figured I'd bring it up. I saw a lot of people trying to get at Snoop on that basis.
It's because people
you know
are bored,
anything
man.
on that?
I never even heard of that. Yeah. So
I didn't hear about it either, but I agree. I mean, everybody's got an opinion and access to multiple social media accounts. They're gonna try to flex however they can, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Throwing stones from a basement, and at the same time, what's messed up is I just seen Dre's wife announce that they're getting divorced too.
Oh wow.
And if he signed that paper,
they're saying that didn't happen, so he's about to lose some of that fortune.
Yeah.
Oh, talks might come out.
How much does one man
What's
need?
that?
Look at your metronome.
I mean, come on, bro.
Wisdom right there. Wisdom. And plus with Dre done made so much bread, like whatever happens, he's gonna be straight regardless. Oh
yeah.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be straight. It ain't like he about to be living in the slums and shit. I'm sure his living situation isn't going to change at all.
Yeah.
He's good there.
So this is one of the so Jesse commented, why are Kanye's efforts marching questioned as a publicity stunt, but not, let's say, Al Sharpton?
I question Kyrie Irving. Question him too.
Yeah,
he's no different from like anybody like that's like that. I didn't even say Kanye quote unquote was or was not. I question Kyrie more than I do Kanye. If we keep it in the buck,
we know why you question Kyrie more than you question Kanye.
Nothing to do with LeBron. Knock it off, man.
See, I wasn't even gonna say it. You said it.
Because I know you though. I know you.
You said it.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
But nah. Yeah, everybody know, Mike.
So Jay said.
Tennessee.
So Jay says there's no prenup in his life. His wife is a lawyer. So.
Yes.
About Dre.
Yeah. So it's that's bad.
He'll be just fine.
I'm sure he'll
Nah,
be
he gonna
okay.
be fine, but shit.
He's gonna be eating the extra advanced version of ramen noodles.
He used to.
He gonna have shrimp
Has
in
nothing to
his,
do-
real shrimp.
Yeah, like
Has nothing.
from Nova Scotia.
Let me ask you a question, Terry.
Got the
What's that?
yakisoba.
Have you heard anything from Kyrie? Have you heard anything from Kyrie Irving yet?
Nah, I haven't been checking either though.
All right.
Next question.
All right,
Yeah, let's go on to the next question.
let's go on the
Mr.
next
Avery
one.
Bradley. My kid is sick, and I don't want to play because of social justice. We're waiting on Dwight and Kyrie to lead the revolution. We'll wait. Let's
The
see.
white around your mouth.
Well,
Anyway, let's talk. Hey, Jay Diff, you mentioned basement. Speaking of basement, there's a guy, one of the ultimate culture vultures of all time, who's
Oh
been
my
known
God.
to take his name from the basement. Freddie Gibbs and DJ Akademiks is corny because I don't even think fam DJs. That's disrespect to Metronome and you and the other people. My man DJ MetroGnome, all the guys that actually DJ and love the craft. Fam ain't even a DJ. If we go keep it a buck. There was an interview that came out where Freddie Gibbs was asked some questions just about his career, and Jeezy came and he mentioned that
yeah, I watched that
Jeezy
interview.
is a legend. Jeezy's a legend, which he is, and just was like in terms of his music currently, he's irrelevant, from a musical standpoint.
Yeah.
But he's still a legend and all that type of stuff. So, guess that came up on Everyday Struggle because Freddie Gibbs and the Akademiks kind of been going back and forth. Insta stories. If we always laugh at if I send you anything from Freddie Gibbs and those Insta stories, we always laugh at those. Been kind of going back and forth about who's richer and all that and all this other stupid stuff. Rant last night. What I saw, my little cousin sent me a rant. DJ Akademiks on Twitch.
Yeah.
Post on Twitch, by the way. If you're here, make sure you subscribe and follow. But he was talking like a street dude that was about to track Freddie Gibbs down and whoop him.
And, well, he was, and then he stopped. He kept stopping. He's like, "But I'm just a blogger. I'm not about violence." He like talks reckless, and then he like pulls back. It's goofy.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed at one how this guy has become so successful with this and built a platform based on that. Because it's like I'm gonna talk, like Lone said, I'm gonna talk crazy. I'm gonna threaten you, pull up. I'm gonna whip your ass. You got no bread. I'm talking about your family, all that. And it always goes back to, but I'm a blogger, so you won't get any points if you hit me, and I'll sue you if you do.
Yeah.
That's the corniest thing that I've ever seen.
Did he mention I'll sue you? I didn't see that part of it.
You what? I'm sorry.
Did he mention I'll sue you if you come check me or put hands on me?
It didn't apply to Gibbs. He used that. He used that one for Meek Mill.
Oh, okay.
That's for Meek Mill. I have a little cousin that loves Akademiks, and he know I hate him, so he sends me stuff all the time. But the question I have for you guys is, what is relevancy? Because Easy dropped the EP this year. I don't even think anybody actually thought about it. Oh,
It's a lot of releases that dropped that had smoke on them behind them, and ain't nobody said shit.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
They were classics for that 24 hours though.
Metronome, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you first because if you think about the projects that Freddie Gibbs has dropped, you know what I'm saying, in terms of especially with his collab projects and Fredo with the Alchemist, like because Akademiks' argument was, well, he only sold 25 or 30,000. How's he relevant? It always goes back to sales, right? We've had this conversation before, but Nick, I'd be curious to hear what you say. What's relevant? Like, is it relevant for the culture? Is it relevant on the charts? Like, define relevancy to you in terms of art.
I mean, I personally would like to see the most relevant thing happen. I would like to see Freddie Gibbs beat him up on camera and go viral. That would be incredible. That's really, I'm not worried about sales. I would just like to see him get slapped.
Yeah.
So, that's just me, you know. I'm not a full-on pacifist. So I'm okay.
We know.
But, we know. We definitely know. I'm just curious, man, because like, where are you guys at when it comes to relevancy? Because we're gonna talk sales. You know how many people you can use relevant for if you want to just talk about sales? Like, this has always confused me. Long, jump in, man. Where you at on the relevancy?
I don't think Akademiks knows what he's talking about. To be frank, for somebody that claims to be like so much in the now of everything, like if you don't realize the run that Freddie Gibbs has been on, you really don't need to be talking, because he's had Bandana Pinata at Alfredo. He had the joint with him, Currency, and Alchemist. He had Once in a Lifetime. He had Freddie. He had there's another one even in there. He's on like a 7-8 album project run that has all been heat.
And it's good.
And it's been well
legendary.
Yeah. And it's been well received in his circle and beyond that. He was on that interview actually talking. It was with Bootleg Kev, I believe, and he was on there talking about just like working with Alchemist and Madlib has just completely changed his career to where he doesn't even have to be mainstream anymore. Like he doesn't have to do that anymore, or even try to even go that route. He said he works with the legends. He's worked with the two best. That's what he calls them, the two best producers ever, and makes whatever he makes, and he's got a complete independent, and he makes money off of it. So I don't know, man. That's just my feelings on it.
I've also personally always felt like, in terms of relevancy, I don't think that popularity necessarily equals relevancy. I mean, it does in terms of pop culture and I guess the big picture in that perspective. But from an artist perspective, I've always thought the most important thing was to have a strong fan base, and by virtue of that, you don't have to go the pop route, right? I mean, look at Fonte, for example. I mean, I know you guys were all fans of that. Like when Little Brother started, I saw him perform for 15 people at the Bluebird, and nobody was even paying attention to him. And you can craft your own lane, and I feel like that's what Freddie has done, by working with Lib and Alchemist and some of these other cats. So I think he's absolutely relevant to
hip-hop,
where we are at musically and hip hop and what's going on. I mean, you don't have to. And the other side of the relevancy argument is that you can fall off super quick too. You can get on, blow up, and then be out of here in no time. Are you so?
And he talked about that. He talked about that on that Kev interview.
Yeah, that strength in the fan base, I think, is and being able to tour and be able to travel across the world and play different markets. He could pack out a show in Poland. I don't know if other people are going to be doing that. I don't know. So, but
do you think Jeezy's relevant? You think Jeezy will pack out a show in Poland?
No.
I don't know.
Might.
I don't know.
It's possible, but I know that they're still on some real shit over there. So
But
might not.
The culture's so different over there. So
that's what I mean.
We're all saying he might. To Lone's point, we're all saying he might, but I know Gibbs would.
Yeah, sure. Gibbs would, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. After I saw they were doing trap music in Dublin, I was like, well, I guess anything is possible.
Well,
hey, man.
we talking about a dude.
Don't front on Ireland,
Akademiks, that is. That everybody's seen how visually shook he was when the Migos stood up when they were doing the interview, right?
Or even when he was sitting right next to Vic Mensa. Even when he was sitting right next to Vic. When
he came to him, I wanted to talk to you as a man in your face. When he was on that shit. But nah, man. Ak is a clown, man. You got somebody that's super co-signing the most famous snitch ever right now.
He actually called him on the Twitch Live. He called him on the Twitch Live too.
On that Twitch.
We got to do this co-signing him. That it's almost like he's trying to get some peas from Jeezy or something by saying something to Gibbs. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's trying to balance out this bullshit he's on. But everybody knows his character and what kind of cloth he's cut from.
Yeah.
So like MetroGnome said, I'm ready to see him catch the fade. If Gibbs worried about it, hey, straight up, man, forget all the t-shirts you trying to sell. I mean, get your money indeed, but dude is coming at you reckless.
Yeah.
I know you claim you ain't from Indiana, that you just from Gary. I'm not mad at that at all. Do your thing. I don't care. But as being Gary is a part of Indiana, you need to do something about that shit. I'm cool on Akademiks being the tough guy from the basement. And this quarantine got everybody feeling real tough from behind closed doors.
Oh,
because it's like they think they ain't got to go back outside, so they can just say whatever the fuck they got. You know what I'm saying? It's
once he said to Meek Mill, I'll sue you. I'll sue you. That's facts. I'll sue you. I'll sue you. You'll go back to jail. That's facts. I'm like, fam.
That's why he rubbed elbows with 6ix9ine, because he's trying to figure out exactly what kind of snitch motives he need to pull whenever somebody get out and see him in person.
Everything that I had, all of my social media.
Hey, do that voice again, Mike.
That was good.
You trying to record it, or you just want me to do it?
No, I mean you are recorded. I mean,
I hate that because you'll use it. He was like, oh, and that's facts. That's facts. I'll send you to jail. I'll definitely send you back to jail. That's facts. Facts.
He got locked up too for stealing from college students when he was an RA. Y'all see that shit?
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but
yeah, he's Akademiks is a clown.
You need to get that. Need to get that Freddie Gibbs good crack Teletubby T-shirt, man.
Man, I think I'm in the chat. I see Nicole says she already copped one. Jay Moore said he's not worried about. He's not worried about Billboard. True. Yeah, you guys are right. Like,
I mean, that's all 6ix9ine is worried about. He could care less about anything else but being a #1 on Billboard one week and then take a drastic.
Y'all there? Lost y'all for a second.
No. Oh, we got you. We got you.
Did you?
You're back now.
Ill Brown. Shout out to the homie Ill Brown. With us? You got it?
Yeah, the connection was like dropping for a second.
Yeah.
So
pretty.
Okay.
So, Diff, to your point and Metronome's point, Ill Brown is all about getting them hands put. He want to see them hands get put on him. Like Ill's is like the shirts is cool. Shirts are cool, but he trying to see him get that work culture. So
I'm with you when you're right.
This is going to be interesting because I'd love to see dude definitely get hands put on him, but you don't want to see somebody go to jail because they put hands on Akademiks. So I don't know, man. He'll call the cops. He's gonna call the cops.
They need to shoot the fair one and get for real. I mean, I remember when Cass ran up on Charlemagne. Remember that?
Yeah. He took a couple and ran. I'd have ran. It was 4 people on one. I was gonna run.
Yeah.
So he took a couple and got up out of there.
And he ain't even a troll on the level of Akademiks. Because I can at least say I wouldn't classify Charlemagne as a culture vulture at all.
Nah, I don't think so either.
I wouldn't put him in that category.
Yeah, definitely not. But Akademiks on the other hand.
How do you think Freddie will respond?
Well, he's already responded said he's already said that he's going to troll him until he quits doing what he does. I don't know what that means. But
if you look at his page, like he been doing a lot of the high level trolling. But, that's something I actually was going to ask. Like, is it better for him just to consistently troll him and use that funny content, or is it better to ignore him and keep his name out the spotlight? See what I'm saying? Like, what do you guys think about that? Because it's giving him light the more that he trolls him.
He's not going to ignore him.
You see this picture right here? Let me see if I can switch it up.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Yeah, he's not going to ignore him because, I mean, everybody's hip to Freddie Gibbs' Instagram story section.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So even if he ain't saying nothing every day, it'll probably be something pop up in the story with a good crack comment behind it or whatever the hell he gonna do. I'm low key upset that the Akademiks shirt costs more than the Alfredo shirt.
Does it really?
What's the ticket on the Akademiks shirt?
I want to say the Akademiks shirt is like 40 and the Alfredo shirt is like 35.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Well,
wait for Nicole to get hers, and we can see it because it's going to be hilarious. And when she says she ordered it, I believe her 100%. Definitely going to order it. So I'll be curious to see how this comes out because the Teletubby picture is hilarious. I laughed at that story once I saw it. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But the masses are asking for this dude to get hands put on him. That's the one thing that I've noticed. And if MetroGnome says he want to see him get his hands put on him, lets you know the severity of how much of a troll this dude is.
Yo, Brown said he's supposed to show his real VL side if he really VL. He's supposed to put his hands on him.
I heard that as well.
I try to stay out of grown folks' gang business. Talking about, but no,
I'm just saying if you have Maine, have cocaine, like he say.
Hey, I hear you. On paper that makes sense. We supposed to see something on paper. But, you know, I try to stay out of grown folks' gang business, man.
He gang banging on album covers and got lit and shit jumping off on every album. There's
an expectation.
You gotta do something. He set himself up for a nice expectation. So even if he don't touch him personally, somebody gonna have to touch foot soldiers gonna have to touch him.
Somebody gonna have to touch him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, we know a lot of fine people from GI, but there's also, I'm sure he knows people would gladly do that work. So
who knows? Maybe.
I'm pretty sure.
It's gonna be interesting.
You would think.
Because I feel like people would rejoice if he got somebody slapped the shit out of him. Like I feel like that would be like a victory in hip hop history. Honestly, I feel like people would. I'd celebrate. I'd laugh. They stole on it.
Another interesting piece of that bootleg 𝐏𝐄𝐃 interview was when Gibbs said that, and he kind of made it a point too. He said nobody had anything to do with Bandana outside of him and Madlib, which was interesting. Just knowing.
We know that's not true.
So consider we have a
Somebody got the stems.
We got a whole episode. We got the whole episode on our show talking about that. So
and we
with the person
know that's not true.
But
with the actual person, right? Yeah, I see you sipping. I'm gonna sip my tea on that one too because even if they didn't cut the check, you know, just put the brother in the comments. You know what I'm saying? Just
out there.
Give him in the comments the credits. I mean the credits, I should say.
Yeah.
Give him in the credits. That's all I'm asking. No, let my man get his shine. But if you need reference, just go to that episode. If I knew the number, I'd tell you, but I don't know it off top.
It's featuring Il Brown, so there's that.
Featuring Il Brown, there's that. Just for that. Correct.
Yeah.
Shout out to partners, real quick. Shout out to Printfinity, is Jay Diff's company. You know, they got the mask on deck, t-shirts on deck, custom work on deck.
Mugs.
You holler at him for anything that you need. Mugs on deck. That's a Printfinity mug. So holler at that young man for any of your custom needs. He'll take care of you. Indie CD and Vinyl. Appreciate them as always. They provide us with the wax that we use for our raffles. It's one of our newer partners, not the newest, but they have been great thus far, keeping us with some nice quality product. We've had some autograph joints as well. So salute to them. Sun King Brewery is our newest partner. I don't have any. Lone, you got anything on you? Like gotta. There we go. Shout out to Sun King Brewery. They are our newest partner.
Pachanga.
We look forward to putting on that relationship once everything is back to normal, whatever normal is. So we look forward to that. To No Bad Ideas, they are one of our longest partners. My man MetroGnome is rocking that. Appreciate you, brother. Show the merch there. Take care of us with all of our stuff, all the merch that we use for our raffles. They've expanded, man. Now wallets, backpacks,
a whole bunch of stuff.
Obviously, a whole bunch of stuff, man. Lone got exclusive
socks.
Lone got exclusive pack of t-shirts that we didn't get. They got a backpack. So they really have with us
Wallets.
from day one. So
I got a whole bunch of No Bad Ideas merch.
And they send it to Lone, man. They make sure he's laced and everything's good there. we really appreciate No Bad Ideas because been down from day one and they always keep us with high quality product. And you can use New Old Heads as a code for 20% off if you shop with them. So break bread with them online.
All caps, New Old Heads.
New Old Heads, all cap.
No cap, but all cap.
Cap, but all cap.
Nicole says she wants a mug, so we got to put that together. soon, Terry.
Okay.
We got you.
I have that too.
Oh,
Terry.
Yeah, and I
Jesse's still in.
got you.
and I owe 𝐀𝐿𝐻𝐃𝐒 a hat, so we'll put a package together or something. We'll figure something out.
Maybe
Indeed.
we can put hashtag Cold World on our hat since you love J. Cole so much. Bringing down the band as always is the hub.
I feel like
Make sure
that
you go
Bro,
would break the
Joe
hat,
J
like
sent
ruin
you.
it.
Make sure you go to Bringing Down the Band. Just for Bringing Down the Band on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Also follow us on Twitch. We're trying to grow the product out here with Twitch. I think we're up to 51 followers at the moment. I think somebody
52.
else jumped in. 52, okay.
Yeah.
So follow us on Twitch, follow us on YouTube, IG, Twitter, all that. We are trying to grow the army. And we appreciate anyone thus far that's shown support. People that haven't, we'll just wait till y'all come home.
What we're really pushing right now is our Discord. So hit the Discord up.
Yes.
So
Keep forgetting, I gotta mention Discord as well. Yes. So trying to grow the army, and we appreciate everyone that has supported us thus far. It really means a lot, and we making some strides. So shout out to everyone that's rocking with us. All right, so let's
Say
see.
word.
Metronome's got to get some bills. He's doing all wax tonight, so we're gonna make sure we get out of here on time. Reasonable Doubt is 24 years old, really old.
that's so neat.
Man. This album, first of all, this album
was 25 years old, but it's 24.
I feel like we talked about the
First of
same
all-
thing last year.
talk about anniversary last year. Did and sorry.
Got 192 episodes. I feel like we've talked about Reasonable Doubt a few times.
I feel old every time I see these anniversaries, and plus that's one of my favorite J albums. So maybe I'm biased. So you don't like it? 'Cause
I did pull a couple joints in the crates tonight from that record, but not for that reason. Just a good fortune.
What did you pull?
I definitely have the Dead Prez 12-inch in there, and there's a couple others. Some earlier stuff in my lifetime, some other J, but I definitely have some couple of those joints in there.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, I'm gonna think of this. Is there anything else that you guys want to discuss since nobody wants to talk about Reasonable Doubt?
I mean, we can talk about it a little bit, but at the same time, we have a whole topics thread in our Discord with a whole bunch of topics in there. So, I mean, you could literally just
Can
scroll.
y'all hear me?
What?
Yeah, I got you now.
There we are. We got you. How about this? Let's talk about. You brought this one up, and I was not aware of this. I was totally asleep on this article. The article about the and correct me if I'm wrong, Lo. There was allegations of abuse with rhyme sayers. There was an article about that. Let me see. I had an article. I'm pulling up the article there. You said you actually had spoken to
Well, not spoken
one of the people
to,
that
but
was.
yeah, I mean, I know someone.
That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. You know the person that was in
Yeah,
involved in
I
the
mean,
article, correct?
Yeah, booked her years ago. She slept in my old studio room. You know, like her and a couple other people. Shouts to Longshot and some of the other people with her. But yeah, I was familiar with this like situation for like 5 years. So
Okay.
I don't know how it came about again. Just to kind of transition into it, but something happened with Rhymesayers, and she was with Rhymesayers, and then she was no longer with Rhymesayers, and I saw her. She put an article out, but then it kind of disappeared. Nobody really talked about it much. She didn't really talk about it much either. Up until like the last couple weeks or so, and there's an entire boycott Rhymesayers thing going on right now on Twitter and social media. So
they played us on YouTube, didn't they?
Who's that?
Rhymesayers.
Speaking to, looks like
it
it says speaking to
bullshit?
allegations of abuse from multiple members, and that's in based out of Minneapolis,
Yes.
correct? Or am I?
Yep.
Yeah,
Twin
yeah.
Peaks.
Well, we interviewed Greaves a while ago. We never put that interview out, but he was on Rhymesayers. Yeah, I mean, so I guess I could kind of put this up on the screen a little bit, but the Rhymesayers responded to it all. I actually don't know who was all involved. I'm pretty sure I know Prof and Dem Atlas, and I think Dem Atlas was
There's one more.
yeah, and
Those are the two that I see in my article.
Yeah, and so
some-
I know they dropped Prof, and he was just getting ready to drop an album. 𝗏𝗏𝗡, I'm not sure. I think he might have been the artist that was in question though. For the Psalm thing, I could be wrong. So yeah, apparently something happened, and yeah, so that's going on right now. So everybody's boycotting rhymesayers. But you said you had an article in front of you, or I mean, I could read part of this.
They talk about. Yeah, feel free. Go ahead. Yeah, feel free.
Yeah, so rhymesayers put out a response to it, and it said the abuse of women is not acceptable or in line with our values. They went on. You know, did their apology thing. And then they said that they were going to take some immediate actions, have stronger, more thorough vetting of new artists and associated personnel, challenge the intention behind any questionable music, create a written standard for artist behavior, create greater transparency and communication with the community, creation of a fund that awards grants for music, artists, women, BIPOC, and LGBTQIA community. These actions are just a first step. So that's what they responded with to the allegations. But the boycott rhymesayers thing is still going forward. It's more so I think about just the culture in hip hop. I think is what this is kind of addressing, because I'm not sure if Prof was like a part of the initial thing that happened. I don't know, but what I can say is that his music is pretty out there, and he's got some really crazy shit that is kind of misogynistic at times. So
well, he also released that album cover. I guess was about to drop. You know, was him standing in some pimp-esque attire in front of a, you know, what looked like the facade of a building with women that, you know, basically looked like a brothel.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And so I think that was also kind of interesting timing for all of this to be released, because there's all these allegations against him. But I mean, you know, with all the social justice stuff that's happening, I mean, one of the things that, you know, we need to do better about is, you know, if we're going to fucking cancel anything, we need to cancel the sexual harassment and the way that men act, and obviously the racism and everything. So I think, you know, people are stepping up. But it is interesting because even Slug acknowledged that, you know, in his own music, he's had a lot of kind of questionable content over the years, and anybody that's familiar with his stuff and Atmosphere's music would, you know, is aware of that. But at the end of the day, you know, we all have to do better. So
yeah.
I think they're doing the right thing. I'm curious what ciroc thinks. You know, she's on the label as well still, I believe, and she's a beast.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah. And, you know, I haven't heard anything from her, so I'm curious to see what happens with that part of it, because to my knowledge, I'm not like super familiar with who all's on the label currently. I used to follow them like real heavy, but she was recently still on there, and she might be one of the only women on the label still. So
yeah, I don't know if anybody else. I mean, the main artists are obviously Atmosphere and you know, Brother Ali and POS and 𝗏𝗏𝗡, Prof, and then I think 𝐏𝐿 still maybe, but also Evidence has been releasing stuff on them as well. So I forgot about ciroc, but she was a part of it.
She's dope, man. She's tough.
Yeah, but I
she's very outspoken too.
Yeah, she was. Was she part of the that when we were gonna that Styles P thing? The
yeah, she's vegan and green.
Yeah, but yeah,
she's tough.
I was gonna wait for you to talk, but yeah, I would just echo what Nick said. You know, I think it is a time for everybody to be better. The interesting thing to me is, you know, the boycott. Like, I'm very curious to see, like, and I haven't read anything on it, with everything that's coming out in the Minneapolis scene. What do you guys think of would be, and not just in the Minneapolis scene, what do you think would be a good step forward as far as industry heads are concerned, as far as the music is going to move? What do you think would actually invoke change in a way that would actually be addressed across the board, outside of just, you know, just the Minneapolis scene, you know, which Psalm has.
Are you asking like artistically, or are you asking like in terms of like the business, the music culture?
I think so. I think more so the music culture. I think the artistic part is still. It's such a hard conversation to have because what is considered music or what is considered creative, and I don't know, like that's kind of a tough conversation to have. But I think that at least the business aspect side of things is something that could be addressed. And I'm curious, like what. I don't know. How does this get addressed on a major level? Like not only in Minneapolis, but also in Indianapolis or Chicago or across the independent music scene and labels. And do you think that people are going to start adapting different, what's the word I'm looking for? Protocols, and whatnot. Yeah. I guess it's kind of an open-ended question. I'm just curious what you guys think about that even further. Is this going to be a one-time thing, or do you think that other people will follow suit?
That was going to be the answer, or I guess I could take is it's going to take someone, and maybe this could spark it. It's going to take someone to implement something for, it's a trickle down effect. Like who is going to take one strong instance? Is this that instance? I don't know. Like this is just something that we put in the thread or whatever, and it's something that popped up. I'm not too familiar. I know it's been going on, for a while, but it's resurfaced and there's a hashtag, so it's serious. It's going around. I think it would be a trickle down once the initial instance or happening happens, which this could be it. I think it'll go from there, but then again, you never really know because music changes and evolves so much, and requirements and perception and all this stuff. Like it's a melting pot. So I don't know, man. Like I'd like to see one person or one group of people make change, and then just have it easy and be able to say, okay, this is how it's going to be, and everybody's going to follow it from here on out. I don't know, man. Like it's a tough call.
That kind of poses another question too. Like if you're addressing like actions of people, it really can't be that,
Right.
So you can go ahead, Nick.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, yeah, I'm just, I was just thinking, when you're talking about something as grand in terms of like the size and scale of sexual harassment, that obviously is a multi-layered discussion based on how men are raised and this, that, and the third.
That's true.
If you're talking about like ways that the music business can change, obviously we need more women in positions of power, and I don't know much about, again, Rhymesayer's like organizational structure. I know that it's always been owned by Sadiq and Slug and a couple people, but they're pretty big independent company now. I mean, big. I don't know what that means though. I mean, they could have an office of 5 people and all dudes, and maybe I don't know what the source of the problem is, and I'm also a little hesitant to speak specifically because I also don't know what the allegations are. In this particular instance.
I've never actually seen them either. So
yeah. So, but I mean, obviously, if more women are present and have more positions of power and are on these boards and in these conference rooms and stuff, then I would think that would at least be a start. But of course, I would also prefer to let a woman speak on that particular.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah. It's interesting too because OK Player Africa is actually in the news as well for something similar, as far as the women not having equal pay and not getting equal respect. And I don't remember what the head of the OK Player Africa, I don't remember his name, but I believe he was let go.
Yeah, they let him go.
They let him go once it was brought forth. And they are now trying to make steps to kind of correct that. And it's unfortunate that some of these companies are still ran like that and don't give women their proper due. You know what I'm saying? If they're doing the same work. I mean, I figure if anybody's working hard, it doesn't matter who you are, you deserve that credit and you deserve the acclamations that come with it as far as being paid and being recognized or whatnot. So I do hope that changes. It's like 2020 is the year of reckoning, so everything
Yeah.
is coming to a head right now. It's like, let's get everything out in the open. Let's make the right steps to get everything straight and get back to it.
I mean, it's interesting because, you know, I'm not necessarily always a big fan of cancel culture as a general idea, but we have to be very real about the fact that a lot of the ways that we've been operating is just fucked up, and these practices shouldn't be allowed. And like you said, it's the year of reckoning, and you know, a lot of people are going down for it. So hopefully, all of the now, of course, there's also I have other feelings about, like, you know, it's interesting, you know, going through a neighborhood and now you see Black Lives Matter everywhere, and you know, every single yard has a sign in it, when 3 months ago that wasn't the case. But hopefully, I guess the benefit to that would be that hopefully we normalize behavior that is, you know, sourced more around love and respect and, you know, honor and stuff like that, as opposed to the sexism, sexual harassment, racism, and all of that stuff. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a long,
just a trend,
right?
That's the word. That's the word. The trend. Yeah, you're right.
I think the trend
it takes a long time to break habits, though, and I don't say that as a defense, but I say that as, like, for people that have been acting this way for a long time. Like, I also understand that that's why they need to be put on blast, because
oh yeah, no question. No question. It's not going to change overnight, and you know, it's going to take a while. But I want the focus to be substantial. Like, I saw something about realtors were talking about not using the word master for master bedroom. That's stupid to me. Like, that's not substantial. Like, that doesn't. I'd rather we focus on.
I want to speak on that too. Because it seems like there's almost a pacification that's going on too, as far as certain things are being changed to kind of appease people. But who are they appeasing? Because those aren't the main issues that need to be addressed.
It's appeasing white guilt. It's white guilt is what it's appeasing.
I'm kind of cool on that, man. I'm kind of cool on all that. Let's just do this basic ass shit. Now let's chisel away at the main shit and then pick up the basic shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can come back and get that, because there's bigger things that need to be solved versus just these little ins and outs. Even the removal of statues, I'm with it, but at the same time, I could really care less. It's still going to be in the history book. But it's not touching the true source of whackness, so to speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think it's the accountability. I think that's the one thing that we're seeing right now is as long as the foot is continually being pressed on, like, organizations' necks to be accountable for the things that they're doing, and people are like not like letting shit pass. I think it could continue, you know, to your point, Mike. But that's, you know, maybe stuff is just going to have to change depending on the organization and what, you know, pops up. But it would be kind of cool to see organizations step up and do it ahead of time, you know, like before they get called out on stuff. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess.
Now, I seen something that was funny. It was saying that McDonald's has been on this shit since forever.
I saw that too.
I thought that was pretty funny, because McDonald's has been on trying to at least get their eyes on the prize as far as being seen as politically correct with the black culture. So kudos to them, even though their food ain't the best for your health.
That cod though, we talked about that cod. Leave that off the list.
Yeah, I'm all for a fillet of fish, man.
But you know, that cod is real, brother.
Good on that.
yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool off the.
Exercise yourselves all you want.
Nah, I'm cool.
You know, that cod, I'm telling you. Man,
The only thing any of these restaurants can do for Metronome is probably an order of fries and a Coke.
Yeah, at the most, man. Yeah, at the most. Respect it, man. I'm just telling Metronome. I'm telling Metronome that cod, you know, it's fresh. You know what I'm saying? Is
it?
It's wild caught cod. You know.
Nah, it was frozen though. It was frozen.
I mean, they caught it and froze it, man. That's
from
that's
the
what I'm
White
saying.
River.
They caught it.
Out the White River, yeah.
I'll be right back.
Metronome, I know you got to get out of here, bro, and get to your set. So I'm not gonna hold you. We can go ahead and close up unless you want to stay. The floor is yours, but I know you got to get out, so it's on you. It's your call.
Yeah, we're about to wrap up.
Yeah,
we're about to wrap up anyways. So
okay. Well, I don't know where Terry disappeared on my screen, but he said he had to step away. But let's see.
Dog was going crazy, you know. So got to take care of the dog.
You know, I feel you. We appreciate everybody that was in the chat with us. We had the usual suspects. I don't know if we had anybody new. If we had somebody new, we appreciate you. Make sure you follow us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube, especially, and subscribe so you can get the bell for notifications. Be notified on new music. More importantly, anything that is New Old Heads related. DJ Metronome, we really appreciate you taking some time with us, brother. Appreciate your comments, appreciate your candor, and believe that'll do it for the whole crew. Jay Moore, we'll see you next week, brother. Hope everything's well your way. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yep.
Peace.